no one, anatta, no permanent thing. Do you think that there are space in between this book too? No space in between? Or only hardness, no space? Even the whole body from head to toe, there are space in between the very tiny group of rupa. When we talk about group, it does mean like a group of something that you can count, but it's the indivisible rupas, like the four primary rupas or Mahaputta rupa. They cannot arise by itself, just simply, but they conditions each other to arise. That's why there are four: Patvi, Apo, Tejo, and Vayo. But only one can be directly experienced at a time. When you feel hot, it's not the hardness which is touched at all. And when it's hard, it's not the heat or cold that is touched. Even they are the four Mahaputta rupas, but citta, the reality, the mental reality which arises one at a time, just one at a time, because it can experience or know just one thing at a time. For example, at moment of seeing cannot hear. In the world of seeing, no one, no noise, no taste, no hardness, because at that particular moment there must be only the reality which can experience visible object and visible object. This way to understand about anatta-ness. No self, no one, no thing, but there are different realities that can be known directly, one at a time. And this is a mental development to have better and better understanding of the teachings. Otherwise, we don't need Buddha to teach us if we can think about what are in this room, like people and things. But when we learn or hear more about the teachings, we begin to know and understand Buddha better and better, deeper and deeper, because of his wisdom and his compassion and his purity. Any question, please? It seems like there is still people in the mirror. Right? It's like mirror now, and the people. Because what can appear when there are eye sense is only visible object. The blind cannot see, because there's no, for that person there's no eye sense. So how can they be seeing, which now sees just visible object? Only person who has eye sense or eye base can condition seeing right now. So each moment is conditioned. Do you dream? When you go to bed, sleep, what is there in your dream? You dream about many things. What are there in your dream? Or just thinking? You dream about a car. Is there a car right then in your thinking? Or it's only thinking? Believing that car is permanent. It's a thing. Right? But actually, it's only different moment of experiencing an object at a time, and then thinking a lot until the world of everything, like now. But when you go to bed, fast asleep, is there anyone? Is there you? Fast asleep. Where are your friends? When you wake up, where are things that you think about? Even there's no you appear at all when you are fast asleep. Where are they? Gone completely, just while one is asleep. And we sleep every night. Do you? And dream? But when there's no dream, no thinking, no seeing, no hearing, no smelling, no tasting, no body at all. Every night, when one is fast asleep, completely gone, all gone. But everything comes back as soon as when you wake up. There is seeing your house again, your friend again. See, just by thinking, keep on thinking that there are permanent people and things. This is life. In next few hours, know you appearing when it's moment of being fast asleep. Do you know who are you? Your name? Your friend? When you are fast asleep? No, never. All gone completely. You think that everything arises and passes away just only when you are fast asleep, but now it's exactly the same. From moment to moment, because the eye base is here and the ear base is here. The mental reality cannot experience two objects at the same time by different conditions, quite far apart, with space in between. Each tiniest kalapa in Pali, which means group of rupa, very, very small group. So, where are you? Is space in the body you? Is Mahaputarup you? Is seeing you? This is what the Buddha taught. And everyone can study and understand by oneself. So now you know how much you know about Dhamma, or you could understand better when you learn more and more carefully. May I ask, what's your name? Yes. Is the eye that name, or is the ear that name, or is the whole body that name? Just different absolute realities, but we have to use the term to be known about the five khandhas, about realities, whether it's the five khandhas here or five khandhas there. See? Otherwise we cannot talk to anyone at all.
Madam, your teaching let me remember one sutra. When the Buddha the first time he teach about anatta, and the listener they hear no sound, nobody, nothing, anatta, and then they hear this their how to say skin hair
Skin.
rise because they are afraid. They were shocked. Oh, who am I? Why the Buddha say like that? So because I think because all of us ignorance. So that's why I understand. I think for me too, only when we mindfulness about the Buddha teaching, like you say, absolute truth. Nobody, no impermanent. But most of time, because of my nature of mind, cling, attached. So I attach the object of eye, ear, of cling, something like that. So I think how to help us so that it help us in our daily life. Because at that time, I think now a little they are shocked or a little strain, feel strain because they don't practice every day like this. Yeah, this is my idea. Yeah.
Is it good to know that one doesn't know anything yet? Or should we think that we know a lot without understanding anything right now? So one must be very truthful to understand, because we respect the Buddha, the highest one. So we study carefully in order to really understand what he taught. He taught about everything. Seeing is conditioned. Seeing is element. When we use the word element, fire is an element. Heat is an element. So seeing is another element. We used to think about just the materiality element, but no idea or no understanding about that which experience it. So there are different elements. Usually we think about the elements which we can touch, we can see, or we can hear, like voice or odor or sound or smell, as okay, it's element. But what about that which experience or knows it when it appears? No attention, no way to understand that cannot appear at all. If the world is just full of materiality only, no element of experience and object, no one hurts, right? Because no experiencing of anything, no matter it's floods or fire, no one experienced that. So the most important thing is that there's not just the materiality elements, but there is also the mental element. As the materiality elements is conditioned, so the mental reality is also conditioned. Just conditioned realities. At this moment of seeing, visible object is seen by the element, which is the mental element, which now sees it. When we talk about ayatana, you know the term ayatana? Not yet? So we passed this question because many people would like just to read about difficult word, the Pali term, but what is the reality of it? If it's not real, no use to talk about it. But we don't know about seeing. Or anyone know about it? Seeing is not anyone. It's just a moment conditioned by mental realities, cetasika. But it's too long to talk about the whole life. We cannot understand the whole Tipitaka or the teachings, we have to be sincere and truthful to understand just one word at a time, very deeply, like Dhamma. In Thai, we have sayings or proverbs like, is it snake or is it fish? So when we study not carefully, it's snake or fish or snake. It's like Dhamma, whether this is Nama or whether this is Rupa. It's not the very sharp and keen understanding to exactly understand the moment when it appears. Like the Savako, those followers of the teachings in the past, as soon as they heard about anything, the accumulation of understanding and the elimination from attachment conditioned the moment of detached from taking it for something permanent instantly. But we have to learn and think a lot, and it's only the pariyatti. Pariyatti is the understanding from hearing, considering, which will lead to the direct understanding of reality right now. Remember that there are no ones or no things, but there are different absolute realities which does not belong to anyone at all. And we learn to understand moment of seeing, moment of hearing, moment of smelling, moment of tasting, moment of touching, and moment of thinking. So we learn to understand the world or oneself or the absolute realities. This is the teachings which is in the third Tipitaka about the absolute truth. So keep on considering Dhamma, read and listen until it is your own understanding, not snake or fish, this or that. That is doubt, not clear understanding at all. When we use the term Dhamma, like everything is Dhamma, not enough. That's why Buddha taught for 45 years. And anyone who has clear understanding about Dhamma can become enlightened to be even Arahata. But it has